Hi, welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Susan Guiazda. On today's show, we'll check in with Ames Electric Services. My guest today is Don Com, Director with Ames Municipal Services. Don, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's always great to have you because there's always so many exciting things happening with your department. Tell me a little bit about this exciting project I've heard, Community Solar.
Thank you for asking, Susan. As most people know, we have a lot of people that have installed solar on their own home. However, there are many people that are renters or may not have the right roof direction or angle or things like that. So one of the things that Ames Electric and the City of Ames is looking at is to do a community solar project. What is a community solar project? So that's where we're going to put in a bunch of panels in one site and then allow customers that wish to participate have the opportunity to not necessarily own, but participate in that community solar project.
So you would make an investment in the solar panels and you would get something in return?
You would basically, anytime or every month when the panel produces energy, or the whole solar farm, you would get a percentage of the output from the solar farm based on how much you're participating.
So with this solar farm, people would participate by contributing financially and then they would see credit on their bill. But it probably isn't something you're doing to get a return on investment. It's more of a philosophical commitment?
There is the opportunity where you can earn enough on the energy that you're selling back or that you're buying that would recoup your initial investment. But that's not typically the primary reason that people would get involved. It's primarily for the environment, and this is another way of adding a different kind of generation to our mix.
So Ames Electric Services does have a commitment to renewable energy. I understand you already have wind power.
We have wind power in our portfolio. We also burn refuse-derived fuel, which is the community, or actually it's the county's garbage that we use as a supplemental fuel to our own generation here in Ames.
And then when you add the solar, what percentage of production would be then for renewable?
Let me break it down into pieces. So right now, the refuse-derived fuel, that generates on a whole city basis about 5% of our energy. Wind is about another 15%, and then depending upon how much community solar we build, that could be another anywhere from 1 or 2% up to something greater as we continue to add more and more solar.
Well, that's really impressive. As much as a quarter of our portfolio may be renewables in the future.
Very much so. And then there is some of the energy that we purchase, what we call off of the regional grid, and that energy is made up of a bunch of different generation resources. It could be regional wind that is put into the regional grid. So we could be actually purchasing more. It's just that you don't know from a moment to moment what is making that generation commitment.
So the idea of community solar, is that simply just a theory at this point, or are we really going to go forward with this?
It's much more than a theory. We're basically looking at three things right now. Item one is we have to find a site, and you'd think, oh, that should be easy. Well, there are several criteria that we're looking at. One is we want to make it either in Ames or close to Ames. We would like to make it somewhat visible so that we can encourage others or more people to get involved in the project. We don't want to use valuable agricultural land and things like that. It should be close to our electric grid. The farther away it is from our own system, we have to build more and more wires. And we want it basically, if possible, to be able to be expandable, so that as customers continue to add.
How much land would you need for this?
Oh, if we were to build, say, 1.5 megawatts, we probably need 8 acres.
Okay.
And so we're looking, we'd also like to put it on city property if possible, because by putting it on non-city property, that just continues to drive those initial investments up.
Okay.
So we would like
So
to
once
do
the site's identified, you'll start looking for customer buy-in and...
Yeah, we would look for customer buy-in. And basically, we're going to do a lot of communication, telling them, how much it costs to get involved per individual, and then they have the opportunity either to invest in in one unit or multiple units depending upon their size of their home or business. And this is open to both homes and businesses.
So the Eco Fair was a great event. A lot of people came and learned more about energy saving services, programs. I know you also gave out bamboo utensils. Again, that idea of not throwing things away, not using plastic utensils, but to use these bamboo utensils in your lunch and wash them and use them again and again. How was the Eco Fair?
The Eco Fair, this was our 7th annual Eco Fair. And even before then, we were doing energy fairs. But again, it was well attended. We had a lot of vendors. A lot of the city departments were present. We had smart trash. We had smart water. We had people with giving away, I shouldn't say people, city departments giving away trees and plants and things like that. A lot of kids' games. A lot of information on how to save energy, how to save water, and how to help the environment.
Yeah, it was ironic. It was raining so hard, and we gave away 3 rain barrels. So
yeah, yes, we did.
Yeah, that was a great one. People were so excited about rain barrels, rain collection, water conservation, electric conservation, all the great rebates and services that you offer, as well as throughout the city.
And those rain barrels, the 3 that we gave away as door prizes, were decorated by Edwards and Fellows Elementary School. So it was really neat to have a one of a kind rain barrel that had all of these personal touches put on by the children here in Ames.
Well, Don, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Again, if you need information about any City of Ames events, remember our website, cityofames.org. One event for your calendar, don't forget, Saturday, April 8th is our City of Ames Municipal Airport hangar ribbon cutting. That'll start at 8:30 a.m. with a brief program at 9. We hope to see you there. There'll be a fly-in, there'll be airplanes on display, and the Ames Flying Cyclones will be doing a fundraising pancake breakfast. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for This Week in Ames.